You can say DOC is like the epicenter of commerce. BBA है. BBA honors is there as well.
Comes for fees, tuition wise, I have paid.
I mean, Manipal has a lot of clubs. You can go everywhere. But there are times like open mic nights and SP में बैठे हो, someone brings an acoustic, you just start strumming and you just have fun. You lose yourself in the vibe and you go back to hostel and you sleep peacefully, knowing that tomorrow morning you have to wake up to rains. I'm pretty sure it is known all across India that Manipal does a marathon every year.
And then you see your attendance go from 100, 90, 80, 75.
In Manipal, one thing you can be sure that even your purse won't get stolen, but your umbrella will get stolen.
I have put my clothes to wash 3 days ago. My bin of clothes is completely full. Problem is, I ran out of space to hang my clothes. I have 2 balconies.
Yeah, so I'm Muniki. I'm in second year. I'm doing BBA.
So hey guys, I'm Tejas Chakravarti, born Bangalore, raised all India. So I'm a BCom second year student pursuing ACCA. I'm an avid musician. I play the piano and the keyboard, strum a guitar a little bit, and I'm a bathroom singer.
Hey guys, so my name is Aaron Barbosa. I am a BCom Capital Markets student. I'm in second year as well. As of now, I love reading books, playing the guitar. I love playing football. With the World Cup over just now, Spain won. I'm a bit of a Messi fan myself, so it hurts a little.
Hello, I'm Darsh. I was born in India, but I studied abroad. I'm in second year BCom. I'm pursuing ACCA along with BCom, and my hobbies are hitting the gym and reading books.
You can say DOC is like the epicenter of commerce. Like the way you assume how a commerce student will be, it is that, but it's also like filled with a lot of fun because we have like a shit ton of events which engage us not only in just accounts and stuff, but in every aspect. We had Consendo, Convergence, Consendo, 2 of our flagship events, both being like a typical, like a mix of Suits and at the same time American Psycho and The Wolf of Wall Street. Very fun college. बहुत मजा आता है.
So there's 2 buildings for commerce as of now. There's a third building called Tapney, but we are not allowed, you can say. It's the little flagship model.
Yes,
so
it's our, as we call Big Brother.
Big Brother, yeah. MSc 2 and MSc 1 are major. There's a major difference. I feel MSc 1 is more very corporate work office environment compared to MSc 2, which is a little bit more chill, vibrant, beautiful MSAP building also right next to it. We have a very good lab. I must say it's much better than the MSc 2 lab.
But the one specialty about MSc 1 would be that we are right beside a school. So we are reminded of our nostalgic days of being in and just doing prayers. BBA है. BBA honors is there as well. There's also BCom as we are doing. So BCom is just like basically divided into 3 main wings. There's BCom Professional, which me and Darsh are doing. It has the specializations of ACCA, CIMA and CFA, right? Followed by that you also have, he's doing capital markets, and of course we have data analytics and fintech.
We left out BPM students, business process management, BCom business process management. They're a small group of students, but they're also there. That's another course. So total 4 specializations are there.
BBA, we select specialization in third year after our internship in second year, which will be next semester. In third year, we have logistics and supply chain, we have HR, we have professional, then also we have sports management, also marketing management,
supply chain.
Yeah, logistics and supply chain. Also, there's finance, financial markets, and there's business analytics. There are some more which I am currently not able to recall.
It depends on what you want to pursue. I mean, it's a good thing that the BBA students are given in the third year because they can explore all their fields, correct?
Yeah, for us it is in third year because in second year we have an internship option or study abroad, that is our choice, in fourth semester. Then we'll be coordinating with a university, and while doing internship we'll be writing a report on what we were doing and what we like. They encourage us to explore the fields that we are interested in, so that while choosing a specialization we have a clear picture of what we are getting ourselves into. BBA is 3 years course.
All courses have a base of 3, but if you have enough credits and a minimum GPA, which I believe is 7.5,
7.5 to 8, yeah.
GPA, CGPA, sorry, then you are eligible for pursuing your honors 4th year. And if I believe in that also you do well, you have an option to pursue research in your 5th year. So it's like a 3+1+1.
That is only if you want to opt. Comes for fees. Tuition wise, I have paid BCom Capital Markets in my first year was 2,26,000.
Yeah.
And I think this year also it was the same, 2,26,000.
For us, I think it was 2.56. Yes. Fees for ACCA registrations and all.
You also have scholarships For people who applied in the first year, so there are multiple scholarships you can apply. Like if your grades are at from your 11th and 12th, so 12th marks mainly, if it's above 80% or 85 or 90 or something, you get a certain scholarship. I personally applied for a scholarship called Konkani Kota Scholarship. So I'm a localite and we have that option. So once you get the scholarship, you get basically they cut this amount from your tuition and they send it back to you each year. They credit it directly to you. Yeah.
And similarly, there's one more scholarship which exists. I'm from the defense background, and Manipal overall, Mahe as a overall university across all campuses has an MOU with the defense. So in that, I was lucky enough to be given the scholarship, and I believe you get credited back around 50,000 for your semester's fees. That is also one of the additional scholarships which are present.
For BBA, overall it would be around 10 lakhs including hostel. And it would be around 2 lakh per semester just for college tuition. But then I prefer staying in hostel. And for fourth semester, we're not charged anything because we will be going out to do our internship. I think maybe we'll be charged around 20 to 30,000 for other online courses that they will give us to do at that point of time.
For BCom, there is NRI fees is different. It's more amount than the localite fees. For NRI fees, it's around, I believe, 4.5 lakhs.
Yes, exactly double, mostly double.
But then you don't need to give any interview. Direct selection it is after you pay the fees. That's the only difference between NRI fees and localite fees.
Oh yeah, for BBA, I had to give an interview initially. We apply in the portal. In MSCE portal only. We apply there. Then after a while, they will let us book a slot. And then they take an interview, ask us some general knowledge questions, and they'll test the waters on how good we are or if we are eligible to get in. Then they ask us to submit our scores in 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Then they give us a provisional offer. After coming here, we submit our originals to make sure that what we said is true. And we also sign some documents.
As you all know, the famous anti-ragging,
anti-substance abuse documents. We submit all of them. Then we get our ID card saying that yes, we finally accept you in our university.
EPAT registration also.
Oh yeah, EPAT registration. BSO is like it is community service type of activity where we go help out, or it's like we focus on helping out others, and also like we clean beaches. We go teach in a school, like the school that he was talking about. We were playing with the students. We were teaching them some stuff.
So with VSO, it's basically giving back to the community. In corporate terms, it's RCSR.
Yeah.
So we're basically helping out everyone and trying to do the best with what we've been given. Thanks to God, we have everything. And for the people who don't have enough, and basically giving back to the community, that's the whole VSO program.
And it integrates sustainability also into it to make sure that we keep our nature or surroundings clean also.
I'm pretty sure it is known all across India that Manipal does a marathon every year. It's I believe it's run for a cause, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So they hosted, and every single ticket that is sold for 5, 10, 15, half a marathon, full marathon, it goes 100% to charity. And it's not just this. I believe in August or September you have something called Dan Utsav, a complete week or two of only giving back to the community. You host events such as like where you ask people to donate their ex clothes or like whatever they don't use anymore, and we refurbish it, we make it clean, we make it good, and then we give it back to the community for those who need it. And it's not just this, we help clean up the beaches, go marine life.
In August we also have something called the Freedom Run. That's actually coming up on 15th August. So that's there every year, I think, for the past 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure exactly. It's a marathon again. It starts, I think, from 3 kilometers all the way till, I think, a full marathon. And that's hosted in August every year. Last year, I personally ran for it. I did the 3K one because the 3K one was free. And I was like trying to just see if I can clear that. So this year, I'm opting for maybe 5 or 10. So we host a lot of these events that, benefit society in general. So yeah, we have a lot of things like that at Mahe.
Who goes first?
It depends. I mean,
MSc too.
Honest day, huh? This is honest day.
first semester we used to have morning classes, so no evening classes because evening the seniors used to have back then. Now I am the senior. I am having afternoon classes right now. I used to wake up. I used to get ready. I used to go to classes. I used to attend. I used to write notes.
I feel so bad for the first years now because their classes start at 9.
9.
Honestly, before I came to college, I had a sleep schedule. After I came to college, I realized that a sleep schedule is non-existent. Sleeping at 4 a.m. and then going and attending classes also, because first year mein you have that josh, you know, like, oh, I have to have 100% attendance. In the second sem, you're like, is attendance that important? And then you see your attendance go from 100, 90, 80, 75, which is borderline.
Yeah.
Then you like, sir, please, sir, I've done this, I've done that.
Attendance competition nange.
And sometimes we used to stay, and most of the times which that was a time where we met our seniors properly. We got to know them. All my friends were like in the committee. One of them was doing vigilance and one of them was like in Nashamuk, humane element head.
So Fiesta is our cultural
Yeah.
club. It hosts our band. It hosts a dramatics club. It hosts an art club, and it hosts also an acting club. It's mandated by the law that each college should have an e-cell. So IEC is our e-cell, innovation and entrepreneurship cell. With that we have humane element.
They actually help with building your LinkedIn profile and how to get you ready for the corporate world and stuff. Then we also have Nashamur, Kaleidos Club, DFIN, and then
Peer support
club. Yeah, and
we also have electoral
Literacy club.
And IEC was mostly focused on helping out young entrepreneurs raise their business. Like one of my friends, he has his own business now, and he was approached by IEC back then.
We have a student council with different positions. Yeah, so we have president, vice president,
secretaries,
treasurer,
then we have treasurers, event managers. Typically, like every single normal student council, and then it's bifurcated into main council and then sub council. Main council consists of your president and all of the main heads. After that, why I call it sub council is because they are the ones who take care of the clubs. So we have a president in those, and we have 2 secretaries if I'm correct, depending upon the strength of said club. Like IEC had 2 because we had a lot of members last year, and I believe this year as well we have over 250 joinees in almost every single club. The juniors are like highly active for some reason, more than us.
MSc has this really nice rule of you should join at least 2 clubs.
Yeah.
Minimum 2 clubs. On the orientation day, they'll pop a scanner up, and we're all like, oh my god, 2 clubs, only such good options.
Yeah.
And then you just start scanning all the scanners. So you're in all the groups. If you open each person's WhatsApp right now, they're in minimum 4 to 5 groups. You can decide which event you really want to go for. They have these certain days where you can come and do certain things, like if it's Fiesta's thing, or if it's DFIN, or if it's Kaleidos. So they have interesting things as well. And people get so overwhelmed with the options. Like I remember I joined Fiesta and I joined DFIN, and I'm like, oh, abhi LinkedIn profile to banana padega if I want to get into corporate.
Last semester, IEC had a co-joint event with MGOKB, Manipal's biggest incubator, one of the biggest. It's backed by the state government of Karnataka. We had an open mic night, and honestly, one of the most memorable nights to this day. I mean, Manipal has a lot of clubs. You can go everywhere, but there are times like even in this place where you're having this interview, where you have open mics randomly, they are the nights to remember. Open mic nights in SP mein baithe ho, someone brings an acoustic, you just start strumming and you just have fun. You lose yourself in the vibe and you go back to hostel and you sleep peacefully, knowing that tomorrow morning you have to wake up to rains.
One whole semester it's going to be filled with rains, and one it's just like it's so dry, it's so hot. It was raining every single day, at least twice or thrice a day, every single night. We used to have an umbrella. In Manipal, one thing you can be sure that even your purse won't get stolen, but your umbrella will get stolen. You keep it somewhere, it's gone. I was eating food in my mess. I had umbrella right beside me, and this one dude, he just took his bag, he took my umbrella and left.
The umbrella theory is very true. See, it's only fair. It's the ecosystem.
In first sem, everyone buys an umbrella. I bought my first umbrella. I'm like, chalo, this is my first one. I'm going to keep it for 3 years. Let's go. And then
First day of college, out.
yeah, it was just gone.
Honestly, the rain here, you cannot fight it. If you think you can protect yourself, you can save yourself with a raincoat and all. Even if you buy the one from Decathlon for $6.99, you are not saving yourself in this rain. Today morning only, a faculty, she didn't bring her umbrella and she caught a random student. She's like, "You have umbrella, right? Come, let's go." And the guy's like, yeah, sure, ma'am, sure. If you have a friend who has a huge umbrella,
Beach umbrella as we call it.
yeah, beach umbrellas, you need to be friends with him. That thing is a lifesaver. Even if you forget yours, you can fit like 5 people under that.
And I'm that guy who owns it. And for
Yeah,
those
that's
juniors,
me.
the solution for you to not get your umbrella stolen is buy a beach umbrella. It is very heavy and it doesn't fit the aesthetic for most students. So nobody will dare even steal your umbrella. The guy beside me, beautiful. He's lost 6 in his first semester.
That's why I stole someone else's in second sem.
Second sem, I got sun allergy, guys. It was that hot outside.
SPF 100 can't save you. Yeah.
Especially because of the beaches and all that we have, it becomes very humid and you start sweating profusely. You know, whatever clothes you wear, especially the fungus problem.
Oh
Your
God,
clothes,
don't get me started on that
your
shit, man.
clothes don't dry. If it's half dry, you're wearing that. That's the most dry you're going to get
Yeah.
during the rains.
I have put my clothes to wash 3 days ago. My bin of clothes is completely full. Problem is, I ran out of space to hang my clothes. I have 2 balconies. My roommate and I are splitting everything. Yet our clothes are not dry. And we've made the washing machine a dryer now.
For hostels, it's pretty chill. We can give our clothes to Dobi. Initially, they used to charge 7-8 rupees per cloth.
Clothes. I know friends who gave all their clothes to laundry, and then when it comes to end of the month, you suddenly see them in their washrooms at 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? No, I'm just washing clothes. It's like, what happened to your laundry? Bro, let's not talk about that. My laundry bill is more than my food bill.
And second thing is, if you're a person who's lazy, get the habit of ironing your clothes yourself.
Yeah.
If you give it to a dhobi, one piece of clothing, no matter what it is, 15 rupees
15
for one
rupees.
article, no?
Yeah. 15 rupees for one article. In girls' hostel, one thing which is good is that you can calculate it according to like how many kg that you're giving. For 1 kg, it's like 50 rupees, which is very good. I can give around like 2 to 3 kg, which will be around 20 to 30 clothes. It'll only cost me around 150 rupees.
I remember once I came to college through a 4-wheeler and I reached the gate and I was so late I took an auto from outside. the auto guy looked at me so funny. He's like, "Why are you taking an auto?" I'm like,
I do that every
"Aap
day.
chalo, aap question mach pucho." I took a 2 minutes auto and I paid him the base Manipal price of 40 rupees.
You paid him 40 rupees.
Yeah, because Manipal has the wonderful base price of
Yeah.
minimum 40 rupees.
Take 60 rupees every time.
60. Exactly 60.
That is why you speak Kannada.
Equality. No, even if you speak Kannada, his 40 rupees is not going down.
Yeah.
Same for all of our parents. They told us, college में जा रहे हो 10 बजे के पहले सो जाना ट्राई करना. What is sleep schedule? We don't know. I mean, assignments like second semester was pretty hectic for all of us. I mean, we get a lot of project-based assignments, presentations, projects. We have our Coursera courses. You have to literally pull an all-nighter because you have to watch all of the videos. Basically, तुम्हारा sleep schedule खराब होने वाला है. And
Your
second
sleep
of all,
schedule is-
who here has breakfast?
Oh, that's
What is
another
breakfast
thing.
for students? I have not one day in my any semester here had breakfast.
I stopped paying my mess bill because I didn't want to have breakfast anymore.
I feel connected to MSc because
It's a family. If you have, like, for example, KMC and MIT, there's such huge institutions having so many courses. Students will feel at home because that's their home institution. But if you see it from like a big perspective overall, it's like a very, 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 very big family. Whereas for us in DOC, in our entire batch combined, we have like around 400 students. And the faculties are like, they're like our friends. We can enter our faculty's cabin, they treat us like equals, we speak, so that the feeling of family very present.
Our faculty know us by our names. One bad thing about that is we cannot give proxy, which is still okay.
Yeah.
I was in a class of 21 people, 22 people. So we were basically like a tight-knit community. Now we've been merged into one class with another section. So we have a lot of students.
Do not feel worried, do not feel tensed. Faculty is easy to approach, and also get an umbrella, but do not buy an expensive one.
And see, fresh like there's a policy here where freshers are only supposed to stay in the hostels for the first year if they're coming from outside, unless they have a local guardian, in which case they're allowed to live outside as a fresher. But still, 90% of the student base will come to live in a hostel. And honestly, there are a lot of things which you pack, which is absolutely unnecessary. You pack like a shit ton of things. You think you'll have a spacious ass room. Nothing. It will be as big as how this area is with 2 people in it. It is exactly this big till this couch, and that will be it. Even might be smaller. That is your hostel room. So don't go ahead and buy, extreme gadgets and all, because space is a very limited thing. Don't waste your money on unnecessary things.
Create a LinkedIn profile. It helps a lot. Which course you're going for, try to narrow it down. Don't just say like BCom. Select your specialization. Come ready with that. Do your research. Create your LinkedIn profile and also brush up on your basics. That helps a lot. Try to do as much as additional courses as you can once you come. Focus on also your education as well as having fun. Go out, explore. There is a lot of things to do here. You can go to beaches. You can go to
Agumbe. You can go to Kudremukh.
You can go to a lot of places.
Yeah.
So just try to find a balance. Obviously, first year it will be a lot. Don't try to step into everything. Be careful and have fun, in general.
Recently, we had our orientations. We have met all of our freshers. They are like, so I asked them, guys, what all events are you going? Have you even explored your MIT campus? They're like, no, bhaiya, we are too scared to. What if we face rejection? I'm like, dude, the worst thing you will face is a no. There's nothing more you will face. So be shameless. Don't be hesitant to go explore. Bindas raho, yaar, be shameless. Honestly telling you will only have the first semester to do this shit. Second semester onwards, life gets very serious. We got hit with so much of academics. The level just exponentially went like this to this. Use your first sem to explore, make friends, pick your friends wisely, and don't get into anything bad. हर पेरेंट को डर है कि यार ड्रग्स है, स्मोकिंग है, अल्कोहल का कल्चर है, वो हर कैंपस में होता है. It is up to you and your self discipline that you not get into this. I am not condoning कि तुम क्लबिंग मत जाओ, ये मत करो, वो मत करो. तुम्हें एक्सप्लोर करना है, तुम करोगे. No matter how much people say no to you, you will end up doing the opposite. So go explore, but don't get into the wrong things and know the limits.
It's okay to make mistakes, but don't repeat them.
You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, just don't repeat them, because making a mistake once is still okay. Making a mistake twice is stupid. Making a mistake thrice is like...
It's just you're calling for
worth
the खुद के पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मार रहे हो तुम.
Oh,
this will be
that's a very good question. Like the memory I'm most fond of. I was coming back from the MIT library with like 2 friends. So it started raining so bad. So we have this thing called Student Plaza. It's in the center of the MIT campus. We were in the center there and started raining so bad. I started lightning. So we're 3 people under one tiny umbrella. We're sat like this and we're huddled into one. It's all bonkers. There is lightning hitting. There is rain coming. There's some dog in the middle of SP barking. We took out our head like 1 second and we heard like 3 lightning strikes. We're like, no, it's fine. And it's like 10 o'clock. No, what? 9:30. Punch-in time is 10:30. I have to go out of the gate by 10:30. We're all sitting there. So that is one thing that I'm most fond of. And whenever someone says Manipal, it's basically amazing rain. If you're a rain person, it's best for you. You'll love it here. Lovely scenery, places to visit, good eateries also, a lot of places to eat. General, a very fun-filled place.
Me and some of the seniors were planning on going to Murudeshwar. There's a temple over there, so we were planning on going to Murudeshwar. We got on the train, which was wrong train by the way. We went in the opposite direction.
जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा peak.
Yeah, and then when we called our parents, the first thing they said was, all of you are educated. And we were like, but this was called Murudeshwar Express, so we thought it was going to Murudeshwar. Going in the opposite direction, it was going to Bangalore. We were confidently holding our tickets. So even when like people were asking, we were like, yeah, we are going to Murudeshwar. But we got down at Mulki, which had no train back. There was no train for Mulki back to Manipal, and I had to go back to my hostel by 10:30. Inside the campus by 10, and it was already around 7:30. So we got on the bus from Mangalore. It was beyond Mangalore, which is almost around 1.5 hour journey. And we got on the bus, we came back, we still had dinner, and then I got inside the hostel. That is like a peak memory I'll remember.
My favorite memory would be the beaches of Manipal, bro.
अरे
The time when we went beach, and I lost my glasses, remember?
I swear, holy का दिन था ये.
He's the one who found them back, by the way.
Yeah.
And you got 3
I
scratches on your
myself,
back.
and I still have those to prove it.
I had lost my glasses. We were searching. We searched for 30 minutes. And later he calls me, I found your glasses under my legs.
They somehow managed to get 2 bikes and 1 scooty through the dry sand where there's no traction for you to ride only. I don't know how they managed to get it to the wet area. Every October and December के आसपास Manipal has its exchange program happening. So for the next 2 months, you have a lot of foreign students coming in. There's an organization here called ISEC. They host an International Students Day. It is a very lovely memory. All of the departments have their own stall. DOC also had one. She was there in it. The MSAP department making us sing to get stickers. Peak moment, I sang, got like 6-7 stickers. We had a cultural event. So all the foreign students who are currently pursuing their course sang in their native tongues, danced their favorite folk songs. It was a very fun. Personally, I'm into 80s songs a lot. I play 80s. I sing 80s. So there was one female from Deakin, Australia. She sang Zombie. And I asked her, so we did a couple of collabs. Very fun event. I met a lot of new people from different cultures, different vibe, different community, and I'm still in touch, and that is one of my core memories of Manipal. Shout out to the entire faculty of DOC.
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys are one of the best faculties
we could ever get. Yeah,
you could
it's
actually
great,
ever get.
A great
You
amount
guys
of
make
people.
us feel like family. Really, touch our hearts. Really give us the education we deserve.
Shout out to some of personal favorite professors on mine. Matthew sir, Dr. Avril, Mr. Sean, Mr. Mithun, Mr. Santosh Shetty. Those
Actually.
people are. I have some really nice core memories with them.
Lakshmi ma'am, Avril ma'am, Suman ma'am, Princia ma'am, like all of them are really great. Even Sean sir.
My favorite is Santosh sir, my TG.
With Santosh sir.
Santosh Shetty sir. My TG. He has always supported me. And then others would be Avril ma'am, Royal sir, Roy Sudeep sir, Pujita ma'am, Priyanka ma'am.
Also, even the research scholars, they have helped us out a lot. So yeah, shout out to these guys.
Me and him have the same professors. So shout out to Dikshita ma'am, Pujita ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am, and our new current professors as well for our third semesters.
Shout out to Bidyut sir. For all the people who have you'll understand.
And shout out to our previous dean, the goat of all goats, Sandeep Shonai sir and Dr. Vikram Baliga sir, because they were the ones who gave me fist bumps.
I have like a lot of seniors that I'm fond of. Starting with, in my first sem, I was close to Manohar, Harshita. My second sem, it was Uday, Yagnadev, Sanya, Bani, Aryan
Nell.
Banerjee, Nell. Then there was Rishika.
Ram, Hiba, Hilal, Tanvidi.
Yeah, a lot of people. I can't get the names on the spot right
Yeah.
now. But genuinely long list of seniors who have made our MSc very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think without them we would have a really hard time. Lot of advice, lot of fun moments. They taught us the things we needed to know, basic needs.
Very approachable, very communicable.
Yeah, very communicable, and we hope to be like them someday. So for our juniors. Yeah.
Shataki was also
We shall ask the interviewers to just kindly put in an after credit of this episode of MSCE. Bolke shout out to all the names that we get.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Subscribe to Manipal Things.